What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to on YouTube shit. Hey man, we are today to my big day. Chilling outside, big crib in the gang, chilling outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, the other thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day, be a better version of yourself. Never let's not agree now. So back, never let's not tell you you are bossing up yourself in the position of alone. Let's stay humble, let's get a revolution on the movement, keep your way first. Come to the Black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright, boom. Today, to my big day, chilling outside, big crib in the gang, chilling outside shit, man. Turn. Go. Alright, gang. So, street beef, rap beef, you know, shit, call that shit beef Wellington. You dig what I'm saying? Because at this point, that's the number one dish. Everybody mad. Everybody want to smoke. Everybody trying to see what's up. And that's what's going on in the whole world. Everybody want to smoke. Like everybody. So we been talking about this shit that's going on, man. Favio Foreign, you know, he been having, you know, Favio Foreign been kind of going crazy, you know, and you know, 21 Savage and the academics and motherfucking Young Thug situation that all came up and kind of put the spotlight on what's going on. Like, the beef is getting wild with streamers, rappers. So we finna get through it. We finna talk about his career and how did it come to this. And let's get through it. Favio Foreign, you know, he been having beef lately, you know what I'm saying, and some with on 21 Savage, you know, because he was talking about the streets. I stand with Favio Foreign about this, but there's a lot of shit behind it.
Favio Foreign, shut your bitch ass up. Stop saying my name. Don't think because I'm trying to change that, man, y'all down somewhere, man, straight up. If your ass walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street.
Oh my gosh, if it's not one thing, it's another when it comes to rappers this internet.
A 38
right
is
now,
insane,
we got
man.
ATL versus New York in the building. 21 Savage and Favio Foreign are going at it. And this ain't about music, this is about who's really street and who's allowed to talk that talk. And trust me, this one got real disrespectful real fast. Now, before we even get into the beat, let's set the stage. 21 Savage has been pushing this whole F the Streets movement.
Goofy ass
Before
shit.
y'all get emotional in the comments, 21 Savage is saying he's not dissing the people, he's dissing the mentality.
But it's the way you
Basically
saying
that
it,
the
bro.
streets
Like,
don't love you
damn,
back,
bitch, we
and if you
understand
get
that
money,
shit,
you
but
should
nigga,
get
even
out.
the mentality
Sound mature, right?
got niggas up.
Cool. But here's the thing, when you say F the streets in hip-hop, especially when drill culture is still heavy, yeah, people gonna take that personal. So Favio Foreign
Yeah, fuck
goes
some of
on
these
the
people,
DJ
though.
Academics
Some of these niggas are bitch
podcast,
ass
and
niggas.
DJ Academics asked him how does he feel about 21 Savage's F the Streets movement.
Like, Savage is a street. Like, Future, I look at him like he a bitch bag. What's making you think that Savage is street? Okay, and seriously now. The same when you said, okay, I think he said that because he lost up, honestly. The same thing you've heard about, or when I heard, maybe you just know. Alright, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to Baby within How They Get Down, same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why. Future's the biggest. No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a JC of Atlanta. Clearly. I think he's gonna drop 2 albums this year. Why do you think 21 Savage is street? Jesus. Bruh, stop it. Street, but where? The foil is stop. In Atlanta?
Favio Foreign straight up questions 21 Savage street credibility. And he didn't tiptoe either. He basically says, street, where? And he doubles down by saying 21 is more of a rapper, not somebody who really lived that life the way New York drill artists did.
You can only be a street from where you're from. Like, it's in Montana, don't know if you're a street. It's not true. It's not true. But you're a certain type of... You're a certain type everywhere, and your name and your arm is going to be able to stretch to certain different parts of the world. No, Savage want to know. Honestly, like, I'm not saying on some instigating shit. I'm saying that. Instigating. No, it's not instigating. Because, it's really... I feel like I've seen enough, and obviously I don't see a lot of shit, but like the shit that I hit, like I could tell. I've never really been around Baby, but everything I've heard about Baby and how he roll and get down with, I know how they're going, right? I'm telling you, I hear the same thing. If I was to talk about Atlanta, YSL used to be on that. Baby on that.
Now pause. In hip-hop, questioning a man's background, that's like throwing gasoline on a fire. If Favio wasn't done, he really started talking crazy.
So how come 6ix9ine could diss 21 Savage so much? Yeah, but he dissed New York too. He dissed New York. He's gonna stop. Nah, but I'm just saying this. You saying this? Don't play with him. Yeah, but 6ix9ine want to go to Atlanta and like go to, I don't know, what club is popping in Atlanta? Just like he wouldn't come to, and I know he's gonna respond when he get out of jail and say I'm lying, but I don't think he would go to Starlets and diss you every night for 1 week. No way. Right? Like that would be a stretch, right? Crazy. That would be crazy. I don't think he goes to Atlanta.
Nigga, do that shit for a week, nigga, that's over.
He go to any poppin' Atlanta club and disses Savage there. You know what I mean? So cap. You understand? It's cap, bro. Trust me. So cap is no show.
Nigga, if that nigga did that shit, nigga, it'll be up. It'll be crazy.
Yeah, like, from now on, though, because I'm like, look kind of real to me. I don't know.
He implied that 21 shouldn't even be speaking on street politics because he didn't come up in that way. He basically frames it like, you got rich, now you dissing the struggle. And if you know New York culture, especially drill culture, the streets are seen as sacred. Survival, loyalty, and pain, that's the foundation. So in Fabio's eyes, 21 sounded like someone who benefited from the streets and turned his back. And this is when 21 Savage went nuclear.
Favio, foreign, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Stop saying my name. Don't think because I'm trying to change that, man, y'all get down somewhere, man. Straight up. If your ass walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If your ass 35 or older and you been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. I keep talking about all this street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage will slap the shit out one of y'all in real life. Y'all know this. Stop playing. Don't think, because Savage on some positive shit that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all this. Nah, this ain't that. Y'all still get y'all ass straight up. Guy around that bitch looking for clout, man. Old as hell. Poor as a talking about who is in another state. How the can you tell from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no. What the hell? Y'all has been wanting to be rappers y'all whole life. I ain't did nothing in the street. Y'all ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a about what your partners done did. I don't give a about what your hood done did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals. Y'all did nothing in the street, so y'all don't have no feelings towards me. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up. Y'all.
Welcome. 21 Savage and his feelings, man.
Y'all just better stick to rapping, man. Listen, that nigga dicked out. Stick a fork in it, bro.
21 hops online in typical 21 Savage fashion. Calm voice, but pure beat. He tells Favio to basically shut the hell up and stop using his name for attention. 21 says he's trying to save lives, not glorify death. He clowns Favio. He calls him broke, old, irrelevant. Says dude is chasing clout and mad he ain't in the same financial position.
Gangsters in Area 59, man. Remote location at, man. Ain't seen y'all in 30 years. You trying to take the way of words and shit to make it to go at a distance, cause y'all been wanted, been hanging. I don't know what the hell y'all told this week. Y'all acting like y'all want to suck. Always talking about another.
Yeah, nigga 21 Savage mad as hell.
Wrong with y'all. Everybody tough now. Favio Foreign, shut your bitch ass up.
Damn.
Pussy ass.
Damn.
There go your clout. There you go. I'm gonna help you get your screens up. Washed up ass. Broke ass. Talking all that tough ass shit in that interview. You're a bitch.
Damn.
Shit out you.
Damn.
Ask all them around you what's hanging. Ask who you look up to, who you call when you in trouble, what's up, nigga. Pussy ass. Do not get this shit twisted. I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to save the streets. I'm trying to stop all this crazy shit that be going on. This
There's a lot of crazy ass shit, but I don't think saying fuck the streets was the right move, my boy.
Don't get it
Hell
twisted for a
nah,
second.
nigga. You making niggas more want to crash out even more.
Straight up. And I ain't even saying no other thing.
I think you could say anything else but say fuck the streets, nigga. You could do anything. Fuck the government, fuck the police, fuck any of this
shit.
shit.
We found out 21 was really a savage because he was disrespectful but calculated. And let's be real, when 21 says he's richer than you, he ain't lying. Now this beef ain't really about tweets. This is about 2 generations of street philosophy. 21 Savage on his grown man, investor, billionaire mindset wave. He's saying the streets are a trap. Favio is on that. The streets made me. Atlanta versus New York. Evolution versus tradition. Survival versus escape. And neither one thinks they're wrong. But social media is split. One side is saying 21 is right. The streets don't love nobody and rappers should stop promoting crash out behavior. The other side saying Favio is right. You can't disrespect the very culture that gave you a voice. And you already know Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit turned it into a war zone. As of right now, there's no diss tracks, no violence, just words. But let's be honest, hip-hop history tells us that once egos get involved, music usually follows.
I don't think it's that deep.
Stay social media.
I don't think it's that deep. It's not that deep.
So I gotta ask y'all, is 21 Savage wrong for saying F the streets?
Yeah,
or is Favio
to a extent,
right for defending where he comes from? Drop your takes in the comments.
To a extent,
like this
he was
video,
wrong, man.
subscribe, and you know I'll keep you updated if this turns into something bigger.
Favio Foreign, a real one for speaking out on it, you know what I'm saying? And, 21 Savage, he real for giving his opinion, but at the same time, people can agree to disagree.
What's Favio?
And it's like,
is anybody else noticing
if you promoted all this tough ass street shit, you can't say fuck the street.
By Favio Foreign as of late. I know a lot of other stuff's been going on, but this has been at the top of my mind. And this all started with Favio Foreign tweeting on January 18th. Yo, academics used to support the F out of me. I don't know where we went wrong or what I said, but I was high for the past 6 years. I'm sober now, and a conversation needs to be had. Hit me. In response to this, I was talking about how, he needs to do something for academics to want to interview him again. After all, Favio Foreign, all we've really heard from him was streamer beef in the past year, whether that was with Blackboy Max. He spent a lot of time locked up, which nobody cared that he was locked up. And that's not to disrespect Favio Foreign. I was the one saying, where's the free Favio Foreign thing? Do you guys even know that Favio Foreign is locked up? And
I remember that when he got locked up. We was all waiting for him to get out.
That whole situation was going on, and then he was talking about Kai Snap Mafia-thon not being invited. That was towards the end of the year. But academics would respond and say, sure, let's get up with an interview. And what I anticipated was that Favio Foreign was going to talk about, this new song that he got with Tori and TJ, which I think he touched on in the interview. And I mentioned that song as well. It's a decent song, but Favio needed to come harder than that. to be honest. But in the interview,
and
he
after not
decides to
snitching
talk
on
about the
all
After
that street
Streets
shit that
movement
would happen.
and 21 Savage in particular. Now, Favio Foreign did sound off on After Streets. Towards the end of last year, he was also like Boosie and some others, and he didn't specifically call out anybody, but I could understand his perspective, where Favio Foreign is like, nah, I am the streets, this and that.
Yeah,
Granted, how much is it serving Favio Foreign, serving him now, considering he's nearing 40? We don't. The people that like Favio Foreign's music, a lot of them that are contributing the most streams, the most ticket sales, whenever he does a show, things like that, I don't think they really care that he's heavy on the streets still. But Favio Foreign, definitely, he's from that. And he decides to go in on a couple of people from Atlanta in this academics interview, and I'm going to play you guys a couple of those clips right now.
I'm just saying, you got to be a real. If you're a real, you're a real. All
Yeah.
around the board. If you snitch your act, you bugging. You snitch, I got to cut you off. That's it. Hey, I fuck with you though.
I watch. I'm gonna say the thing that gets every street. I've been loving this conversation because it gets every street. Shut up. Here's this, right? Okay, so Young Thug snitch. Exactly. Exactly.
I feel like he's like he told. Did he tell?
I'm asking you.
I mean, I didn't follow his case. I know Gunna told them.
You heard the audio. Take my number. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
That's
Just
tough.
do not tell the world I told
That's
you.
tough.
He snitch. If he did that, he snitched.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
You don't have a relationship with him though. If that was your man's, you would have made 50 excuses.
Hell no. I just told you I cut my off because they ratting. I did that already. My that I grew up with every day, all the time.
But here's the difference.
They ain't cutting off because of the opportunity. They're not cutting off because that's not his man's. That's not what they doing. They not cutting off because these just still
Zorro gets you.
a statue and still want that opportunity. That's the reason why they're not cutting off. I don't really care about it. I'm just saying, I just can't say the streets. I don't care what they do over there in Atlanta. None of that
Even if the streets do a nigga dirty, you know what I'm saying? Slime a nigga out. Can't say fuck the street because it's always some other different type of people. Fuck certain people in the streets. Fuck them niggas. Niggas some bitch ass niggas.
You're right. It's not New York. You're right. Streets rapper.
Any? Huh? So it's an Atlanta thing. Damn.
Some down south shit, man.
Hey, listen, I told everybody, I think the streets died for Thug. Like, yo, listen, they'd be like, yo, if we can't get Thug out of this one, we're killing the streets. Fuck it. I was like, that's powerful.
I mean, listen, man. It is what it is, bro.
But at this point, does snitching matter in your eyes? Like, musically. We're not talking about, like, your homies that maybe, like, yo, man, if I'm around this nigga all the time, like, don't get me jammed up.
I mean,
snitch.
Yeah, definitely, you can't be around it. But listen, like, as far as musical, if I'm in the gym and I'm partying and I'm with the and they want to play good music and they want to throw gun on and they want to play whatever, I'm not going to say, yo, turn that off. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm not tripping like that. I don't really care that much. But I'm just saying, me personally,
you in the strip club gonna walk in and he sent his
To
man
me,
to tell
it don't matter. As long as you don't snitch on
play
me
that weekend
or some of my homeboys, you
like,
know what I'm
and he see
saying?
you and
Niggas
he's like,
fucked over.
bro, Favio,
if
You
Gunna
feel me?
walk in
Like,
the club,
I don't give a fuck. Because
and
it's like, nigga, just don't snitch on me or people I know.
Hold on, wait, let me finish.
That's what I fuck with. But at the end of the day,
He say what up, Favio.
yeah.
If mama say what up to Gunna,
Yep.
I probably don't say what up to Gunna. You gotta think about it. I'm not with in the industry with
I don't know if I can work with
Thug
Gunna.
walk in the club, man. He said, yo, man, throwing that slime shit.
Definitely not saying what up to Thug. I never spoke to Thug. Gunna, at least Gunna I knew. Thug been moving funny. I don't know if he moved funny, but that ain't with me anyway.
They didn't hit you threatening you because you said that?
What?
Not like him, because he on probation. But like, I know the Atlanta be like, yo, don't ever come back today.
Bugging, man. You bugging, bro. I don't know who you thought you was, bro.
For real?
Yeah,
Who you think they are?
same.
Who are they to you? Like, who you talking about?
I feel like
Young
the top
Thug?
street, like how fans perceive street, like, yo, the top, everybody but Dirk said, but Dirk ain't gonna say that. He locked up. I think everybody was looking at like, oh yeah, the street's really speaking now.
Do you think Dirk still with them?
That's a good question.
Why you think them ain't saying free Dirk? They probably
Because they
going
ain't
on the
fucking
phone,
with
put
him.
the money
He
on the
stopped
phone.
fucking with him.
I ain't taking none of that shit.
Yeah, he stopped
Ain't
fucking
taking
with
none
him.
of that blood money.
Yeah.
No, if I'm Dirk though, and I wonder if, well, I think you and TJ are like real friends, but you probably got some fake rapper friends. I hope you never like, I think Dirk was with them thinking, yo, y'all all like me. Yo,
Nah, you can't think like that because some niggas crash out on your dumb ass. You never
He get
know.
locked up, he innocent, but over some street shit. And everybody said, man, f the streets. He like, what?
They
Yo, y'all niggas saying like, yo.
He get locked up and fuck the
street.
street.
That's
Damn.
crazy, right? That's how I feel like doing with that drop my flag challenge.
That's New York though. Yeah, that's New York.
Like, I don't know about none
That's
of the
goofy.
shit, but my personal opinion,
Like Savage is a street. Like Future, I look at him like he a magnet.
what's making you think that Savage is street?
Okay, and seriously now, the same when you said
streets.
Okay, I think he said that because he loves stuff. Honestly, the same thing you've heard about, or well, not heard. Maybe you just know. All right, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to TB within how they get down. Same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why.
Future's the biggest.
No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a Jay-Z of Atlanta. Clearly. I think he's gonna drop 2 albums this year.
Ooh. Why you think 21 Savage is street?
He's just, bruh, stop it.
Where?
The foil is stop it.
In Atlanta?
You could only be a street nigga where you from. Like in Montana, don't know if you're
I fuck with 21 Savage, but
it's not true.
I don't know if he's a Jay-Z of Atlanta.
Everywhere, and your name and your arm is
You
going
gotta
to
get
be
out the
stretched
streets,
to certain
maybe.
different parts of the world.
No,
21 Savage,
Savage one of them. Honestly, like I'm not saying on some instigation. I'm saying
Or
that
instigate.
No, it's not instigate. Because it's really. I feel like I've seen enough, and obviously I don't see a shit a lot. But like the shit that I hit, like I could tell. I've never really been around Baby, but everything I've heard about Baby and how he rolling to get down with, I know how they're going. Right? I'm telling you, I hear the same thing. If I was to talk about Atlanta, YSL used to be on that. Baby on that. Savage on that. And there's a lot of other people. You know, they always told me Migos was from Gwinnett, which I don't know what that means.
So how come 6ix9ine could diss 21 Savage so much?
Yeah, but he dissed New York too. Like he be dissing New York niggas like he's going out of style.
Nah, but you saying this street nigga don't play with him.
Yeah, but 6ix9ine wouldn't go to Atlanta and like go to I don't know what club is popping in Atlanta. Just like he wouldn't come to, and I know he's gonna respond when he get out of jail and say I'm lying, but I don't think he would go to Starlets and diss you every night for 1 week.
That'd be crazy,
right? Like that would be a stretch,
that would
right?
be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, be wild.
I don't think he goes to Atlanta and disses.
Nigga,
He
that
go
for
to
a week
any
is
poppin'
straight, nigga,
Atlanta
something might
club
go down.
and disses Savage there. You know what I mean?
It's all cap. You understand? It's cap, bro. Trust me. It's all cap. It's all show. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's cap.
It's like you know something I don't know, because I'm like, look kind of real to me. I don't know. Like if you ask me now, I think Thug is living a good probation life, which he should. I've seen the people who I've seen him around. They're great people. But you know one thing I
It's
said?
not that you're a street dude, but you came up off the streets.
I love street music.
How you feel about that?
What?
That street movement.
I've told this Savage too. I said, bro, I feel like y'all said this or you said this because like Young Thug your man and he was going through some. I know you a street too, but like.
I'm gonna tell you why they said streets. I'm gonna tell you
just minded your business. Like
why they said streets.
Why?
Because these put on personas because they had to, and it's not to say that these are straight but when you have to put on persona to survive your circumstances, and you so mad about that persona that you had to put on, and you finally get to the place where I don't have to move like that no more, you're gonna take that opportunity and be like, you know what, I'm as cool enough, and I'm tough enough, and I'm confident enough to say streets.
Yeah, but I don't think Savage put on. Like, come on.
So why you think he's street? Because he was acting like a street. Why you think he's street? Because he was acting like a street.
No, I said I think he said it to take the pressure off Thug, because people were all basically saying, all of y'all who said y'all, it's 2 options. So remember he had said on the interview, he said, "Yo, I'm telling Thug to forgive Gunna because we knew because he tweeted this. He said we knew he snitched already and we forgave him." And people were like, "Wait, hold on now. Y'all knew he snitched and forgave him, and now y'all still on some other shit." So they're saying
they trying to take the pressure off themselves. It ain't about nobody else. They trying to take the pressure off of what they did wrong.
Savage did.
Damn.
No, he friending up a rat is wrong. What he did wrong. Not what the other did wrong. It's what he did wrong. I respect
Street rules a little bit different in Atlanta though.
Oh, they ain't.
Yeah. Just like how you can't have a gun out here, but you can have a gun in Atlanta. Street rules get a little bit tricky
Actually
depending on
trying
where
to
you go.
rage bait, nigga.
Nobody really? They
don't know about Atlanta like that.
Atlanta got a little bit
Actually
different.
trying to rage
because
bait,
even when I listened to the case,
nigga.
it was cool for openly in the streets. Everybody knew when YSL beefing with the other dudes. It was if you snitch on them, you cool. You can still come back as gang. Don't snitch on us, though. So you can snitch on your enemy out there. That's fine.
So, looking at Favio Foreign's, and I'm going to try to cut this up because this is maybe 10 minutes of conversation where it's talking about 21 Savage, and 21 Savage's academics man's. So he's probably looking at Favio, and you see Favio's face, and you're looking at the guy, yo, does this guy got an issue with 21 Savage? There's something underlying here. I don't know what it is, and it's far beyond just the hypocrisy that we all feel like, which is, oh, it's F the streets now that Young Thug is out, and everyone considers him to be somebody who told. But academics would tell Favio during that interview, hey man, somebody from Atlanta is going to respond to this, and they have a friendly wager, which I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
70-something years in jail.
What I'm saying is this: Atlanta go to the club, and I'm in the club, and they rats. How they be ratting? They never said no crazy about Favio. Alright, cool. Go to the club.
They gonna say that after this interview. I guarantee they're gonna be like, that is not touching Georgia. Period.
Who gonna say that?
I don't want to call a name, but I'll make a bet. I bet a friendly 500. Somebody gonna be like, that will not be in Atlanta. I'm telling you.
You really don't know what's going on.
I'm serious.
You don't know.
In Atlanta, listen.
And my son, little baby, all of them too. How about that?
Which ones?
All of them. All of them.
Gunna's chick?
Well, I like Gunna. I like Gunna a little bit.
21 Savage, I don't know if he legally got a girl yet. Ask it. All right, come on. Let's move on past this one, man. That's just, see, you trying to... By the way...
Who's 21 Savage?
Huh? We gotta look at it legal. I think he might be married.
He's married?
Yo, lie to his girl, man. Nobody just stop
He trying to get them motherfucking papers.
Stop it, bro. You know he gonna crash on you.
Who?
The immigrant papers.
Crash?
Lie to his chick.
Yo, bro. Why you think 21 Savage is a crash out?
No, I'm not saying...
Not a crash out, bro.
What I'm saying is that
nigga's a country. He's country as hell.
No, he's not. No, but a lot of
that nigga came to New York. No, he was in a hotel somewhere, tucked away in a hotel, man.
Lotto is his chick, and she not one of those.
All we can say about up and up, they don't know how you seasoning, bitch.
I don't want to.
Simple.
I don't want to talk about Lotto. Just say Lotto, she cool.
Wait, what's up with your family? You married now, or what's up?
Well, it did not take long because very, very soon after, 21 Savage would respond to this situation. And he would sound off, even calling out Favio Foreign directly, F Favio Foreign. He's like, man, I could leave this F the street stuff behind.
Favio Foreign, shut your ass up. Stop saying my motherfucking name. Don't think because I'm trying to change that, man, y'all need to get down somewhere, man, straight up. If walk around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If you're 35 or older and you've been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. Y'all keep talking about all this the street. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage will slap the shit out one of y'all in real life. Y'all know this. Stop motherfucking. Don't think, because Savage on some positive, that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the... Nah, this ain't that. Y'all can still get y'all just whoop. Straight up. Around that bitch looking for clout, man. Cold as hell. Poor as a mother. Talking about who a street in another state. How the f*** can you tell from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no... What the hell? Y'all guys been wanting to be rappers y'all whole life. Ain't did nothing in the street. Y'all ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a fuck about what your partners done did. I don't give a fuck about what your hood done did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals. Y'all ain't did nothing in the street, so y'all don't have no feelings towards. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up.
Man, 21 Savage is crazy, nigga.
Stick a fork in it, bro. Y'all could be gangsters of Area 59, man. Remote location, man. I ain't seen y'all in 30 years. Y'all niggas keep trying to take the way of the words to make it to go at a distance, because y'all been wanted, been hanging. I don't know what the hell y'all motives be. Y'all acting like y'all want to suck. Always talking about another job.
Vice gentleman.
Man, everybody got on that nigga head, nigga.
Job. If I take my belt off, what's wrong with y'all? Everybody tough now. Favio foreign, shut your up.
I think this was evidence that 21 Savage clearly was just capping for his homie Young Thug, and he was still very involved in the streets. They just wanted to clear up the guy's name in the same way and the same intention that 21 Savage had when he was talking in that leaked phone call to Young Thug, where he was like, listen, man, we already patched up when Gunna told the first time, which was the Crime Stoppers video commercial, where he was identifying all of the details that he had known about the killer of his brother, Sergio Kitchen's brother, Gunna's brother, because he was killed and he was like active in the streets. So he's like, yo, we already cleaned that up. We knew he told then, and then now we can just clean it up again. People just want to know that you approve of Gunna and you're not holding it against him. So 21 Savage is known to stand for his friends more than this whole like street philosophy thing, which hands up to 21 Savage. I'm clapping it up for you. I'm dapping you up. That is a positive.
Yeah, it is
sure.
positive.
Is it hypocritical in the public light? Absolutely. But for you to hold your personal friends and relationships as more important and closer to you than this arbitrary street code that really has not served you for a long time, because that is the reason why you got on, partially. Like, of course, you had the music, but yeah, the street image helped you get on, and that is what carried you for quite a while. Because a lot of early 21 Savage music wasn't hitting like that until like the collab album with, not Future. Future was on the album, but the collab album with Metro. But he decides to go in on Favio 4, and I think this could have been a great example for 21 Savage to say F the streets, where he's just chill, calm, collected, and replying. He's like, man, you're really like pushing 40 years old. I'm younger than you. I lapped you in this music stuff, and you're out here talking about the streets. It's like, this is so immature. We're past that. You know what we meant. Like, holla at me if you've got something. Just to appear, number one, unbothered. Number two, like Favio Foreign talking to you is just like an ant, which musically speaking and legacy speaking and commercially speaking is true. Although it's not an ant, it's more like a water bug in the summer. So after this, Favio Foreign seemed like he had baited this whole situation, because he would go on his IG story and this is how you know he was serious. He didn't misspell a single word. He said, I said what I said. No back and forth with someone who said F the streets. He a B, eat a D. P-U-S-S-Y. I was like, oh, damn, man. Chill. Like, come on, man. We mess with 21. We mess with Favio too, except only when he's dropping good music. And then 21 Savage would say, all the rappers who beat up women think they tough now. Now, I don't know about Favio Foreign putting hands on chicks, but we know that the reason that he went back to jail was because in his apartment complex, he was driving his whip, and then he pulled out the blick and pointed it at some lady. I don't even know why. That whole situation is insane. I don't know if academics asked him about that. I gotta watch the full interview. But he responds to this 21 Savage story with his own story with a clip from Lotto in their XXL freshman freestyle, which was one of the best freshman freestyle. Like, that's up there. Or freshman classes, I should say. Like, a lot of those people have held up, and it's been 5+ years since that freestyle. And in that, she says, oh, I might let Favio hit it, which does not look that good. And Lotto comes out and says, and we know that Lotto has been tight with 21 Savage for forever. It feels like it's never been officially confirmed. And then she says, spoiler alert, it was strictly to go viral. He never effed. Top 5 freshman freestyles 6 years later, though. Clock it. And I don't know about top 5 freshman freestyles, but in the clip of a previous video that I did on Favio Foreign, I was saying that he's got to do something to get motion, and now he's been teasing the track, going at 21. The truth is, for Favio Foreign, he needs to get hot again, and it's not going to be through some,
especially when he got jail and shit.
You've got to drop a hit. You've got to do it on your own. All the tools are there. The truth is, Favio Foreign needs somebody that's either a manager or that knows what they're doing, because he's already lit. He's already had hits in the past. He's already capable of making hits, and he has strong relationships. The fact that he can get a song with TJ and Tory Lanez out is indicative of that. But the fact that most of us don't know that dropped, and the only reason I know that dropped is because I thought, okay, Favio Foreign must be struggling to promote some music, because why would he just randomly like call out academics like this? Not call him out, but say, is there an issue? Why aren't you supporting me? And then I decide to look it up, which is a step or two that most people aren't even going to take. They're probably just looking at Favio Foreign and be like, yeah, this guy's begging. He fell off.
That's the thing about it, man. You might be more lit on social media than your own social media platform.
And that's why I say Favio Foreign needs somebody on his side. Like, an academics interview or academics just posting him is not enough. You need to be everywhere. You need to be like ever present now as an artist to stay relevant. I don't think this is the right move for Favio Foreign, because why invite negative, not just attention, but negative street attention as well for a market like Atlanta, where a lot of artists like 21 Savage. So that's going to block a lot of potential collaborations, maybe even with producers too, because they're looking at 21 Savage and his network and they're like, yeah, we don't want to damage this whatsoever by working with Favio Foreign of all people. Like, Favio Foreign is not undisputably hot to where it's like, hey man, listen, like, this is hell.
But I mean, the last 21 Savage we heard of was
if we're being real. And I don't say that to knock Lil Tecca. I'm saying that as Lil Tecca's not making noise like this, Favio Foreign trying to sound off, and he's still consistently doing numbers, dropping great music. So whilst I respect Favio Foreign trying to get into the ring and get back relevant, get some motion going, I don't think the way that he's going about it is the best way. Like, I just don't like him beefing with 21 Savage. I want to know what his issue with 21 Savage is. It could be the whole F the streets thing, but he didn't have to take it that far, and it seems like there's something personal that we're not seeing that I'd like to hear about from this track whenever Favio Foreign drops it. But really, more than anything else, Favio Foreign needs to be consistent and drop good music more than beefing. Like, yeah, this is going to get a lot of brief, short-lived attention because people have kind of moved on from this, or they're waiting for the next step of this. It's not something that they're following closely, and I don't think 21 Savage is going to diss him back, but he did make a point, Favio Foreign, in that 21 Savage talking crazy that he's going to slap him. That's another thing. When 21 Savage was talking about, like, yo, I'm going to slap you, 21 Savage is the same guy that said, oh no, we don't do fights, we don't do hands, I just up the blick. So you yourself are saying you're not putting hands on anybody, and then now you're saying you would slap him. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be a little consistent. Let's remember what we've said in the past. And there is the whole incident that, I mean, I don't know how credible this incident is. Well, I do know that it happened. Is that 6ix9ine was in the club with 21 Savage, and 21 Savage did nothing to 6ix9ine. People are gonna say, well, why would he do something? Well, this was at the time when it sounded like 21 Savage would.
Yeah, did he have all them gang people with him? He had like bodyguards and shit. They was all posted
where
up.
he kind of gets pulled back into the street stuff because he feels like, yo, I gotta hold down my reputation here. I can't just get punked, whilst also having a bright enough mind to realize how dumb it all is and how much it does not serve him or people close to him. So it's an interesting and delicate balance that he's trying to hold. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I think this is entertaining. For me personally, I want this to continue for my entertainment. But for Favio Foreign's benefit, if I was Favio Foreign's man, if he was my friend, I would just say, I would try to figure out why this issue is happening, and I would tell him that this is not a good business decision. It's really not. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
For the
like,
streets,
subscribe,
he kept
and
it
hit
real.
the notification bell if you enjoy.
How Favio Foreign destroyed his career. Well, man, what happened to Favio Foreign's career, man?
Favio Foreign was handed arguably the biggest cosign Kanye West has ever given to an artist. Within a span of just 3 short years, Favio's momentum has totally vanished. 2021, when his incredible off-the-grid verse left the music world speechless, coupled with then the tragic loss of Pop Smoke, it really looked like Favio Foreign was set to become the next star out of the New York drill scene. But here in 2025, though, the complete opposite is true. So what actually happened? From now desperate attempts at clout, such as dropping a song featuring Donald Trump, to then beefing with streamers including Black Boy Max, or rapping extremely cringeworthy lyrics such as these. I scream, scooping, sitting, pooping, Aside from a bunch of negative headlines, today we never hear about Favio Foreign. And in this video, we'll learn exactly why. But anyway, LA is on fire, and you're worried, and Airbnb, reads Favio Foreign's recent tweet in reference to his January Twitch drama with Plaqueboy Max and Lil TJ, which many are now arguing is the final nail in Favio Foreign's mainstream career.
Don't smoke in my crib if I ask you not to smoke in my crib. It's a respect thing. I have respect for y'all, please have respect for me. Otherwise, I don't want to do business with you. Because y'all not my friends. I don't know y'all niggas. Have respect.
What makes his tweet even 10 times funnier, though, is not only the obvious grammar error, but also the fact that this is far from Favio's first social media post that went viral, all thanks to his terrible spelling. From misspelling major cities such as Houston and Miami, to then typing Jewish as Juwesh, I'm the best farther I know, happy Father's Day. Or, we can't forget my personal favorite, sneaky-ass graph. Clearly, spelling has never been Favio Foreign's strength.
Okay, so I have a question for you. I like your jewelry, but can you spell jewelry?
Can I spell jewelry? Yeah, yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to spell it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a yes or no question.
No, spell it out loud.
All right, jewelry. J-E...
Yo, no.
W-L-E-R-Y.
All right.
Too easy.
That was wrong.
Oh, what?
However, the truth is, though, you don't need to know how to spell in order to rap. And with multiple platinum records to his name, including his breakout drill hit Big Drip in 2019, Favio Foreign's past success is undeniable. But, on the other hand, as we know, the music industry moves insanely fast, especially in today's streaming era. And to be honest, in 2025, it's safe to say that Favio Foreign's career has not panned out as many expected. Having now been dropped from his record label, Columbia Records, this raises the question, has hip-hop simply moved on past drill music? Was Favio Foreign all just part of the trend? Or did something serious go down with Favio behind the scenes? Born in the year of 1990, Favio Foreign is now 34 years old. And not only does this make his spelling struggles all the more concerning, a problem that he has admitted to himself, but as we're also about to see, Favio's grown age has especially made his recent behavior on Max's Twitch stream even more embarrassing.
1990 nutty, though. This nigga was born before Jordan won a championship. You know, there's no age limit on greatness, bro. Let my nigga be great.
There's a reason this is the first time we're hearing about these guys in years. LMAO reads one viral tweet regarding Max's stream. Aside from another clear attempt at clout chasing from Lil TJ last year, throwing shade for no reason and trying to start beef with Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross, aside from that, this is really the first time the majority of us have heard about Favio Foreign and Lil TJ in years. And although, as we'll see in a second, Kanye West is also to blame, this super viral drama with Plaqueboy Max, though, is only leading to more backlash towards Favio Foreign, which is the exact opposite of what his career needs.
That's the thing with these rappers, bro. They got egos, bro. These rappers think they way more important than they actually is, bro. Nobody gives a
Travelers swear by.
They got egos, bro. These rappers think they way more important than they actually is, bro. Nobody gives a about most of y'all, bro. You not that important, gang. I promise you, my.
Even though he didn't say it, I'm gonna tell you what that means verbally. Even though it was only an action.
I mean, it's the same by streamers, nigga. Crossing that left, nobody. The world keeps going, nigga.
I'm smoking this shit anyway. As a matter of fact, suck my. Like, that's what that meant, nigga. I don't care, nigga. That's what that meant.
It's a terrible look when you have the biggest and most influential streamer on the planet calling you out like that. And, as it now appears, Favio is even making a new diss song about Max and Kai. Favio Foreign continues to dig himself deeper and deeper in a hole, destroying all his momentum and reputation.
And the rest of the niggas he
what
got
actually
with
caused all this to happen? Well, before we see why many are claiming that Max's stream is the final nail in Favio Foreign's career, first, it's important for us to understand how we even got here. Pop was the king of New York, now I'm the man in charge. Read these lyrics from Favio Foreign, alongside fellow Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke. Together back in 2019, Favio Foreign and Pop Smoke were the faces of an emerging UK drill movement in New York. And while Pop Smoke was really first to explode into the mainstream, thanks to hits like Welcome to the Party and Dior, meanwhile Favio Foreign was quite literally waiting his turn right behind Pop Smoke.
Any other artists coming out of Brooklyn that you jacking?
Shout out Favio Foreign. You know what I'm saying? He's about to pull up Favio.
Oh, yeah. That record's crazy.
Foreign.
Yeah, Favio Foreign.
Remember I told y'all.
Okay.
And it wasn't long until Favio was able to land a major hit of his own then in 2019. with the release of Big Drip, and from there, he never looked back. In November of 2019, Favio would ink his first official record contract with Columbia Records. As one of the biggest record labels in the industry, signing with Columbia seemed like a great move for his career at the time. However, as it now stands, Favio has reportedly been dropped from his label, and as we're about to see in a second, it makes perfect sense why. But judging from his continued success into 2020 though, you would have never guessed. In addition to being named an XXL freshman, 2020 would leave no doubt that Favio was a mainstream artist, going on to link up with Drake for a drill feature on Dark Lane demo tapes, as well as his former label mate, Lil TJ, for a platinum hit of their own, Zoo York, featuring Pop Smoke.
I link up with Pop. He pulls up with one person. The one person he pulls up with is Favio. What? Favi's not even a rapper.
Wow. Finishing the year with even more big features such as with Nas, Tory Lanez, and King Von. Unfortunately, something else happened in 2020 though, that would not only change Favio career forever, but also change music forever, as we were all stunned to hear this news.
A rising rap star shot to death before sunrise in a Hollywood Hills home. Police say 20-year-old Bashar Jackson, who went by Pop Smoke, was gunned down when several suspects broke in to rob him.
Rising young superstar Pop Smoke was tragically murdered on the morning of February 19th, 2020. With his crazy talent, charisma, and potential, Pop Smoke's death was a major loss and left a massive hole in the drill scene. However, as fans began to try and cope with their new reality, many started to look to Favio then as next in line to carry on Pop Smoke's legacy.
And then the other niggas went to jail for shooting them niggas in New York.
Take like the Brooklyn UK drill sound and make it like mainstream.
And after his death, like, do you feel like it's part of your job to carry on that legacy?
Yeah, definitely.
Favio no doubt had extremely big shoes to fill, and despite here in 2025 having now fumbled all this momentum he built, back in 2021 though, Favio's career launched to heights that I don't even think he could have ever imagined, largely thanks to Kanye West. But prior to linking up with Kanye for the best verse he's ever rapped, Favio started the year hot on his own. Combined with a new drill single, Headshot, with Lil TJ and Polo G, now certified double platinum, Favio would also land a feature on the Body remix by Russ Millions and Tion Wayne, featuring a total of 9 artists on this remix, which currently sits at 145 million views just on YouTube. This was one of the biggest drill records of the year. The thing about it, when you start to regulate niggas, you ain't getting none of that money on. Just 4 months later, that changed everything. Initially believed to actually be for Playboi Carti's 2020 album, Whole Lotta Red. After this, original demo snippet here of Carti's verse was first heard and recorded by a fan outside of Kanye's hotel room in Belgium.
Niggas be sounding crazy ass deals. Quick.
Obviously, the song would not appear on Whole Lotta Red, but instead, a year later, Off the Grid was heard again during Kanye West's first listening party in Atlanta for his new album. A legendary rollout as Kanye literally moved into Mercedes-Benz Stadium to record Donda.
Wake up, Mr. West! Mr. West! Mr. West!
At this point, in August of 2021, a newfound friendship was also formed between Kanye West and Favio. Certainly an unexpected friendship. Not only were the two seen on the Donda livestream working out and doing push-ups together, but Kanye would then let Favio rap for an entire 1 minute and 52-second fire verse on Off the Grid, launching Favio's career right in front of our eyes.
Be like, yo, keep going. That's why it was so long. He kept telling me keep going. Tell me keep going like 3 times. I'm like, yo, I got more. He's like, yo, keep going.
Deciding to keep the Playboi Carti vocals, plus adding a new verse from Kanye, as they continued recording in the locker room right up to the last minute.
Yeah, he's still mixing, recording, adding ad-libs till the moment of him coming out the door. And that's the studio's in there, so while the crowd is there, people's entering the building and sitting down, he's still back there recording. Like, ain't no motherfucking game, man. It's like 8 hours left to this shit. No chuckling and nothing, no kind of way. All right, play Off the Grid. No chuckling and nothing, no kind of way. All right, play Off the Grid.
Off the Grid was the first song released by Kanye West and Favio. However, it was far from the last. As the two continued working and hanging out behind the scenes, the following year in 2022 came another new single. This one featuring the legendary Alicia Keys singing The Chainsmokers on the hook, titled City of Gods. As it turns out, and which is really no surprise, this collaboration was all Kanye West's idea.
How'd the idea come about for this record, man?
Yay.
I ain't gonna lie, a long time ago, it was a Chainsmoker sample. And I played it for Ye, and then he was like, yo, I see something with the song. He said, send it to me. He like switched the beat around a little bit. And then he like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do a verse on it too. And I'm gonna get Alicia Keys to do the singing the shit.
With Kanye delivering what Favio would call the, quote, feature of the year, the two were just getting started. But as fans continued to wait patiently for Favio Foreign's debut studio album, hype and anticipation would only skyrocket after hearing this.
And he was like, yo, Favio, I wanna do your album. Be like, yo, I need to do your album. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, because it just makes sense.
Right.
With one of the best musicians ever, Kanye West, serving as
that's
executive producer on your debut album,
you ain't got Kanye West or somebody to back you up. You on your own, solo
released
dolo.
in April of 2022. And with features from
you love
multiple
to be the
mainstream
one trying
names
to
such
do
as
it all by
A$AP
yourself
Rocky,
now.
Lil Yachty, The Kid Laroi, and Quavo, Favio's debut album, Bible, would go on to peak at number 9 on the charts and sell 29,000 copies first week. Not bad for a debut project. In addition to another single with the legendary Nicki Minaj, thanks to the help of Kanye West, 2022 would go down as easily the best year of Favio's career. However, unfortunately, he has yet to come close to this same success since. And what Favio did next is why we all forgot about him. Although City of Gods would mark the last Favio Foreign and Kanye West collab on all streaming platforms, it was actually not the last song they ever released. But to be honest, it should have. A few years late on the whole SoundCloud wave, Favio Foreign would decide to release his next project exclusively to his SoundCloud and YouTube pages. Titled Without Warning, a fitting name for its 2023 release, because unless you're like a diehard Favio Foreign fan, you probably have no idea this project even exists. With one extremely forgettable Kanye feature on track 3, Concussion, combined with then a few more singles that missed with fans throughout 2023, including a super cringe-filled collab with 18-year-old Lil Mabu, 2023 was a very quiet year for Favio Foreign. And at first, 2024 looked to be more of the same. Despite tweeting that he had sent Ye his new verse, presumably for Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign's album, as it turned out, a few weeks later, Favio Foreign would not make the final cut for either Vultures 1 or the sequel Vultures 2. Perhaps Kanye simply didn't like Favio's verse and decided not to include it, or perhaps something more serious went down behind the scenes that we don't know about. But when asked if he's still cool with Ye, Favio said this.
What's your relationship with Ye?
Ye, that's why I Ye.
But without features on any of the Vultures albums, though, this definitely did not help Favio's fast-fading momentum. And besides a new mixtape, Pain and Love 2, which again flew under the radar for many fans, 2024 also saw the release of Favio Foreign's most outrageous song to date, titled On Board 47, in reference to the 47th President of the United States. This track would not only include fellow rapper Kodak Black, but also literally feature Donald Trump, who speaks a few sentences throughout.
Listen, I with everybody, but I'm gonna.
I ain't never heard it.
My son Trump real fast and let him know. Listen, I with Trump because he do what he wants. That's a real. He comes to the hood. You need Secret Service? Let me know, Trump.
Why Trump chose to work with these two specific rappers, I don't know.
Yeah, to get a
but
body,
political
just to be a
opinions
body
aside,
bag to get
this
hit.
is absurd.
That's
But
all.
it didn't work out nearly as well as they'd hoped. Favio Foreign and Kodak got a literal feature from the president, and it still flopped.
Damn.
One of the top comments reads, "As a clear attempt at some clout, this track totally backfired. This is corny as f***, another user types. What a sad fall-off for Favio." Favio went from working with Kanye West to now Lil Mabu and Donald Trump. As 2024 came to a close, it was no secret that Favio Foreign's career was in a very tough position. Already fighting an uphill battle to regain his hype, with a sound that many fans claimed was already getting stale, it really looked like Favio's time in the mainstream was over. Like so many other rappers who dominated that 2019 to 2021-2022 era, many of which I have already covered on my channel, but then watched their momentum quickly fizzle out for various reasons. However, in the case here of Favio Foreign, after his recent stream and viral drama with Blackboy Max, this honestly may be the final knockout blow. The idea of collaborating with a live streamer as a rapper is nothing new, but if you're not careful, it could end up the worst collab of your career.
Yeah, because they use
like
their
Ross,
weaknesses.
And XQC,
These streamers, like, you know, they don't be like the dominant physical ass niggas. They be like,
we have seen countless major rappers appear on these Twitch streams. streams.
They get
just
all the
last week on
motherfuckers who like
January
the same
7th,
type of niggas. They
Favio
crash
Foreign
you
and
out,
Lil
nigga.
TJ became the
You
latest
acting
to
all
link up
tough
with
and
Max.
ferocious. These
But
niggas acting
not
all
long
petite and
after first
motherfucking
meeting
like
at Max's Airbnb
fragile.
in Brooklyn, the situation
You know
went
what I'm
down
saying?
like this.
Who's smoking? Who's smoking? Yo, TJ. What's up? Who the? Yo, this a B&B. You can't smoke here. This shit gonna go off. Oh, this shit. Yeah. I appreciate you though. Yo, bro. Yo, you can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off. Please.
But yeah, he said it went out before, so that's why he kept on doing it.
I'm gonna have to set this bitch down. Like, oh shit.
I can't keep track of.
Bro, I'm gonna have to set this bitch down. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, he explained why he had to do it.
TJ would pull up on stream with their deep entourage. Yeah. But as soon as Max noticed Lil TJ lighting up a J in the background, he politely asked if they could not smoke. Being in a rented Airbnb, Max explained to them that it was deeper than just paying the smoking fee, and that if they continued, the smoke detectors would go off.
Why doesn't take the smoke detectors off? Why doesn't take them
However,
off?
they clearly did not care. So after then being asked by Max again, even telling them they are totally cool to smoke all they want in the backyard, Favio Foreign and Lil TJ, though, instead decided to leave. But not before Favio did this.
Let Uncle. It's in the back.
Wow.
At first, it honestly didn't seem like a huge deal. And as we'll see in a second, Favio Foreign said the same thing. But obviously the internet thought differently, and instantly pointed out how blowing smoke right in Max's face was disrespectful.
An asshole because you're tough and shit. Niggas crash out and they'll stop fucking with you.
Politely and nicely not to smoke.
It's different being a gangster and being an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
20 million views. And from there, it only got worse. Both TJ and Favio deserve whatever is about to happen to their careers, one fan comments. And as more and more popular streamers chimed in on the situation, combined with TJ hopping on another stream and doubling down on his statements, this was all a terrible look for both Favio.
Because you gotta think about it, these streamers are lit as hell. They can control the narrative. A lot of people, rappers, they don't listen to them unless they're not rapping.
I deadass never heard of you. I pulled it for Favio, bro. Everywhere I go, I be smoking. I pay the fine. How much this shit cost, bro? I'm TJ, gang. I'm in New York. How you think I'm coming, bro? For me, I don't know who is supposed to think Lil TJ is, bro. You feel me? Excuse me, appreciate it. For real, just slap the shit out of you. I'm on camera, bro. So I'm looking like, woo, I'm here for Favio, and I'm just out, bro. I ain't even know that nigga was a streamer though.
Here in 2025, the truth is, live streamers have some of the most loyal communities on the
internet.
Yeah,
because they be like I said, they be fragile like weak people, you know what I'm saying? Be like that,
basically scammed
you know, rappers are gangster, they crash out.
As DDG
a lot of
also
these fans,
rappers need to be
they don't
extremely
stick with the
careful
streamers
with how
before they go with the rappers,
massive
because they know the streamers been
as
fucking
we've
with
seen
the
on
people and
multiple
talk to the
occasions,
people, you know
one
what I'm
bad
saying?
stream can instantly
Rappers don't
backfire
really
right
talk
in
to
your
people,
face.
Streaming fans, bro, they don't play.
Yeah, they don't play.
If a nigga just so step on
yeah.
they on your
Yeah.
ass.
I don't know, I ain't trying to call them niggas nerds, but you feel me?
Nobody told me this. TJ pulls up with some of his bros. I guess Favio told
them motherfuckers don't be playing, nigga.
Niggas then proceed to start smoking in the B&B.
They more crazy than motherfucking rapper fans.
You cannot smoke in this.
Because a rapper fan, they'll probably take you out. But
this stream is over.
These fans are in you, nigga. You can't even come back off this shit.
It's a respect thing. Because y'all not my friends. I don't know y'all niggas. Have respect.
Max stood his ground on the situation. But as these clips exploded, though, and the hate piled up, Favio Foreign was forced to turn off the comments on his Instagram posts. Which, by the way, makes his latest snippet video extra funny, as the caption reads, "Comment when you hear it, but you can't even comment." Realizing all of the unexpected damage he caused by, in the eyes of many fans, disrespecting Black Boy Max on stream, 3 days later, Favio would take to TikTok and post this response video.
I can't let Max do this shit. Y'all only watch the clips that come out.
Yeah, they'll try to end you, nigga. That's the thing about working with streamers, nigga. They'll end your ass if you're a rapper because you can't really control the situation.
My whole situation because I with the Max, nigga. I would have never came to the stream if I did. And I didn't want nobody to feel disrespected.
Especially if you're a rapper and you're not really going out there as you usually do.
We out.
Favio claimed that it was not his intent to disrespect anybody. However, fans weren't buying it. In addition, addition to noticeably splitting his video into 2 parts, both just over a minute long, so he can cash in on that TikTok revenue. The comments also read quotes such as, "Bro, it's not lame to just apologize." But yet, Favio wasn't finished. Just 2 days later, then came this new snippet video shared on his page, with lyrics trying to capitalize on the viral drama.
Y'all heard that shit.
Y'all heard that shit.
Y'all heard that shit.
Tell Kai react to that.
Was it a diss or shout out to Max?
Y'all think
really sure.
got scared?
But as it now stands, Favio Foreign and Lil TJ are clearly doing everything they can to cash in on this attention.
Most
and
definitely.
They're gonna need it. Because as it also now stands, both Favio and Lil TJ have been dropped
Are
from
they
the
both?
record label Columbia Records.
Damn!
I already made an entire video about Lil TJ's frightening new reality. But now the same is also true for Favio Foreign. That it's going to be a million times harder to make any type of successful comeback.
Nigga, they both got dropped.
I'm just trying to fill out this independent shit right now before I get into an album.
That independent shit a whole different type of monster, nigga.
Success in platinum records
At least with the industry, they got you like
the
box
music
and shit
industry
and
moves
money on, a
extremely
lot of money
fast,
onto it.
and with a sound that
The
never
industry
really evolved, and not
by
to mention
yourself
that
shit.
Kanye West abandoned
Nigga, that in
him,
your
it
ass.
makes sense why Favio Foreign's momentum had disappeared so fast.
Damn.
Alright, we back. So, like I tell y'all niggas, man, rapping probably one of the hardest things to do as far as keeping a buzz. Anybody can rap. Anybody can make a good rap song, and you know it might blow up, it might go crazy. But to keep that buzz, I think rapping is probably one of the most hardest things to do. Well, like bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's always gonna be some bullshit that can get your name hot, but it's like, damn, a lot of that bullshit that happened, like, is it even worth it? Nigga, I'm risking my whole life to get lit, then I might never get to enjoy my litness, like fucking TK. You know what I'm saying? You done got lit. You like the most talked about person in the whole fucking world. You out here looking like motherfucking, he out here looking like the nigga off of motherfucking SpongeBob with the fucking Krabby Patties. You know, he ate the burger, he hit the pickles, bubble bass looking ass. Like, be tough. It's tough out here on these streets, nigga. You know, niggas want to make it, but it's like, damn, when you make it, are you going to be able to enjoy it? So, I just hope they can free Dirk. The other niggas, they like, not Dirk, we just talking about Dirk. I hope they don't get too crazy with Favio Foreign and 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, 21 Savage is already super successful. You know what I'm saying? He already super successful. Favio Foreign, he kind of come back up and get a little bit of shine, but like stupid shit don't keep on coming in his way to where, you know, but he's kept it real. So, hey, he gotta take what he can get. And we out the bitch hood, outside, big Crippin' gang, outside shit. Crip.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.